Good evening, drafters. The Big D back and better than ever as I enter yet another DraftKings best ball draft here on the Driving to the Top production and the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. And now joining me to get in the draft and offer his advice, Dynasty Coach A from my neck of the woods here in Florida. So Dynasty, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we were mentioning about our hurricanes, and I'm like, some of these drafts have turned into Category 5 monsters right here in terms of chaos, right?
Absolutely, especially the DraftKings ones. They seem to be a little crazier even than, Underdog. You can almost say, what's going to happen in each particular round, but DraftKings, you never know. It's almost like a hurricane sometimes.
Yeah, and we both know what those hurricanes turn out to. So, honestly, I mean, I don't know how many drafts you've done, but what have you noticed in your opening drafts, whether it be drafters, underdog, or DK?
Well, like I said, I mean, I feel like they're all a little different. You have to kind of attack them a little differently, but I feel like with DraftKings that the rookies don't get respected enough. And you're able to get them a little cheaper. I mean, obviously, everyone goes crazy for your Gentees and your Travis Hunters and all that, but you can get some of these rookies like your Trey Harrises that we were talking about the other night, and players like that in the ninth, 10th round. And I love scooping those kind of guys up every single time.
Yeah, in one of my drafts, at the 9-10 turn, I went Justin Herbert and Trey Harris after going Nico Collins and Liam McConkey. I love starting my draft. Or if you get a late one and can go Malik Neighbors and Brock Bowers. Not that I'm really a heavy early tight end guy this year, but getting that week 17 flair just makes me feel better.
Absolutely.
Um, Are you full or yeah? I don't know what it is this year, but I find it hard to go zero run or harder to go zero running back this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think people always want to because it worked for so long, but now people are starting to realize that I think more of a balanced approach is a little bit better, which is kind of what I've always said. Anyways, one of my big things is just draft the good players and you'll win. You don't necessarily have to go one approach or the other. Obviously, if people are letting you wait until round 7 to take a particular position or something like that, then do it, of course. But if they're not, like this year, because of the running backs doing so well last year and staying so healthy, now everyone wants to draft the running backs earlier. So you don't really have the opportunity to do zero running back because or zero RB because it's just those players are gone by the time you get around to actually drafting them, and the next thing you know, you're drafting some like RB4 as your RB1, and that doesn't really work out too well unless you get really lucky. So yeah, I think just draft balanced teams, and it'll all work out. Obviously, you can go a little weaker in one position or the other, test the waters here and there, but feel out every draft. But I think for the most part, just don't go too crazy with it.
Yeah, and also and also find a way of drafting stacks that make sense. Like I don't like I wouldn't draft Mike. I wouldn't draft. Name me a particular player. Name me a particular player at any position. I don't care what.
Mark Andrews.
Like I don't like. I would not draft them all with both tight ends. I don't mind drafting with one of the tight ends, but like Mark Andrews feels like a great ninth or 10th round value. I think Evan Ingram's a really good value in that realm because those guys are available. Mark Andrews, what the second or third tight end in most drafts last year. Now he's in the middle of the draft. Evan Ingram's available in the mid
Yeah.
round.
But see, that's the thing. That's what's different about every year. Is last year you could do Mark Andrews and then come back with Isaiah Likely, and it made sense because Likely was going so much later. now they're pretty close to each other, so it's you're not able to really make it work, or if you do, you have to double tap them, and now you're double tapping a position, you're double tapping a team, and all that kind of stuff. So you're in the end, the grand scheme of things, you're probably ending up with just one player that's going to be viable, which is fine. But it's just it was so much easier to do it last year when Isaiah Likely was what, like a 15th rounder or something like that.
Yeah, and also what I typically like to do is go in the first 10 rounds, one quarterback, three running backs, five wide receivers, and one tight end. Now that may vary. Some drafts I may go more quarterback. Some drafts I may go running back or wide receiver, tight end. It varies. If Jalen Waddle is available at pick 83, I'll take him. If Devontae Smith's available at 72, I'll take him.
Yeah, I've been taking a lot of Devontae Smith. He's been falling a lot, and he's one of my favorite players to take just because he never seems to get. I get that they don't pass a lot, but it's such a funnel, like a pass funnel offense, that it doesn't truly matter, and so I just end up taking him whenever I can.
All right, so Millie, make the time. So here's how I usually do my guess. I go 3, 2, 1, and then enter at the same time. So when I go 3, 2, 1, we enter at the same time. Get it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Let me get over there so that we can do that.
Yeah. Only problem the DraftKings with being in Florida is that we can't have the sports book.
Right.
I mean, we do have Hard Rock, which isn't the Wolves, but
All right. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that I was going to be doing it as well, or else I would have already had this stuff ready to go.
uh,
That's my fault. I should have asked.
I surprise everyone. I surprise people from time to time.
No, you're good. Like I said, I wasn't ready. That's my fault. We'll get this going here in just a second.
Is there one guy you're particularly not interested in, whether it be early, mid, or late this year?
Honestly, everyone's so into Rashee Rice, and I just can't get behind it. I've just never. I don't see the upside with him with the way that the way the team's built now in Kansas City and everything. I just think that I'm I'm just out. Especially with like it was one thing when he was being discounted because of potential the suspension and the injury and all that, but I feel like people have just kind of given up on that now, and they don't care about that anymore. So instead, they're all in again, and so now that he's rising back up the boards, I can't get behind it. I just think Xavier Worthy's too good. That he's obviously coming back from an injury. There is the suspension issue possibly, and so it's too much for me to take him where he's going.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do with Rice. Um, I, Bucky Irvin's one of the hardest names for me to figure out because, yeah, Bucky was phenomenal last year as a guy really targeted as a late round value, but now he's going end of the second round. And I feel like if I'm going to draft a running back in the mid-late second round, I want Devon Achane. I want John and Taylor. I'm not
Yep.
sure I want Bucky Irvin.
We doing the $20 one?
I mean, I'm good either way. If you want to do the 3 or 20, that's fine with
Oh
me.
no, doesn't matter to me. I was just asking. I didn't know
Okay.
which one you had done. You want to do the $3 one?
Yeah, we can.
I just want to make sure I'm in the right one.
Okay, I'll do one of the Wait. Okay. Well, now I have to change because I was in the 20s, so now I'm changing.
It's your show, man. I'll do whatever you want to do. I just need to know where
Oh,
to go.
okay. I'll get ready. So, just don't pick the slow one. Just don't pick the slow draft.
So we're doing the $3 one, you said?
Yeah, yeah, the play action.
All right.
All right. So tell me when you're ready.
One sec. All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Let's see. And a 12. Which one
Yeah,
are you?
I think I got 10 to 12 too, so I think we're in.
What's your name?
Rocky.
Oh, Rocky 3x3.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, and I'm Spunky 3300. So
All
don't
right, so we're waiting
stream
for
snipe,
two. All right, sorry about that wait. I'm glad we got it figured out.
don't stream snipe my players.
Yeah.
Yeah, some
Alrighty.
of these contests, like I've seen guys fall around a round and a half later than they should. I did one draft where Chubb Hubbard was the 108, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh, here we go.
You at the 111, I'm at the 109.
I've been getting a lot of late round picks. I don't know why.
I've got
I really don't have very many early picks in these drafts so far this year.
I've gotten like the 102, the 103 a couple times. Yeah, like 106, 107, 112. I think the 111. I got the 111 one. So me at the 111. Who you thinking?
Honestly, I'm gonna hope that somebody slips to me, but you know, like I love drafting Malik Neighbors and like the towards the end, I love grabbing him. Obviously, if he can slide to me, that would be amazing. But assuming he's gone, you know, I'll probably end up with like a Brian Thomas Jr. or somebody like that.
Yeah, I mean, probably going from the same kind of players. And if I can get that neighbors Brock Bowers, thought I'd be chilling. Have you considered going? I mean, and have you considered Nico Ladstad?
So I'm not the biggest Nico fan, so I'm not taking him in the first. So I really wouldn't end up with that start just because there's other guys like I said, you know, neighbors I would always take over Nico, you know, somebody like that, and so I'm really not going after that. And I'd probably I'd take Brian Thomas BTJ over Nico. So I just really haven't been in a situation where I'm taking Nico over those guys, you know.
Okay, so the draft is starting. So who's son gonna take? Ooh, Saquon. I don't know what to do. Like in one draft, I got the 102, took Saquon. I'm like, I feel like I'm more Jamal Chase or Bijan this year.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I said, I haven't gotten that many early picks, but you know, I feel like I would just want to mix it up. You know, I'd want to try and get a little bit of Saquon, a little bit of Gibbs, a little bit of Bijan, a little bit of Chase, a little bit of Jefferson. Mix it up as much as possible.
Yeah, Jefferson at the 104 after Bijan. No surprise. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
When
I forgot you're at the ninth pick. You're gonna be sniping me, taking my picks.
oh you when would you consider taking Ashton Janty? Because I remember seeing Janty go the 103.
Yeah, that's a little crazy to me. Like, the dude's never touched the football in the NFL, and as much as I like him, it's just that's a little wild for me. Once we get past all the proven players, then I'm fine with it. But I just can't I can't really get on board with him going as early as he has. So I haven't taken him at all.
I mean,
There there goes
realistically,
Neighbors.
what do you think? I'm on Raw Puka.
I mean, you can't really go wrong. They're both good picks.
I'll take Puka.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. Having that, or he went Amon Ra. So I'm sitting here. You got Henry's the next player up. Obviously, that's not gonna. Uh, that wouldn't be a terrible pick. I love Derrick Henry to death. I loved it when you could get him even earlier. Now it's now you're sitting here taking him or getting him even later. I mean, now you're sitting here taking him at 11, which you know what? I guess I'm just going to go ahead and do. I uh, I don't think I've actually started a draft with Derrick Henry in the first round, and so now I'm interested to see how it's going to work out with starting that way. I've taken some Derrick Henry in the early second, but I haven't actually started a team with him yet, so I'm interested to see how it works out now.
Yeah, and also figuring out some Week 17 correlation, knowing that Baltimore plays Green Bay. Rams Week 17. Hmm.
I think that might be the difference in underdog and DraftKings too, because there's a chance that I get BTJ here as my second pick, and honestly, I've seen it the other way around on underdog quite a bit. So it's like, yeah. So here we go. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take man, I I'm between BTJ and Bowers. I kind of love both of them, but I'm gonna go Bowers here. Um, I just I think he's going to have an amazing season, and locking in that tight end that early and everything with Henry. I love that stack. Not an actual stack, but I just love those two players.
Uh, I couldn't blame you. I'm trying to get Neighbors and Brock Bowers. I
Mm.
went I went BTJ thinking he's going to get a what ton of.
Oh yeah, I mean you started Nakua and BTJ. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
How can Mitch Kingsley be on autopilot already? Really?
Ugh, that's the worst. And they always end up with the best teams too. It's like they just draft the best player, the next best player.
You know what would be an interesting start if some I don't know if it'd be possible. CeeDee Lamb, AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, because the Cowboys, the Eagles and Commanders play Week 16. The Cowboys and Commanders play Week 17.
Yep.
Nothing really surprised me. Anchor running back, DB Express. There goes T. Higgins, and maybe a little early.
Yeah, I don't really love Higgins in the second, but I mean it's not the worst thing. But when you have players like you still have players like McBride and like
What?
G Will and players like that. I think I'm going them before I get into T Higgins, and obviously you can talk about some of the other positions like you were saying, like Bucky Irving. I get not loving him in the second. I can't really argue with that, but the way that these running backs are getting gobbled up, it's you got to either be okay with missing out on them or just go ahead and take them when they're there.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I would not take a quarterback in the second round. Third round, if it's the middle of the third round, fine.
Sure.
Second round, no.
Yeah, that's the
Honestly,
thing about DraftKings. It's kind of like the Wild West, man.
oh
It's
yeah.
just they just do whatever they feel.
And if I take Jamal Chase, what I would love is a Chase, McBride, or Harrison Higgins start. Are you going to tempt me into Bucky Irvin now? Am I going to be like, what the heck am I doing?
Hey man, if you, if he lasts to you, that's an amazing steal. You were saying you don't like him in the second, but how about the end of the third? Late in the third.
Oh yeah, I mean it's like
Oh, he got picked right before you
thank goodness,
though.
thank goodness. I'm like, I'll take Chase Brown. Now all my wide receivers are gone. The ones who I would have taken. Interesting. Shane went the 2-1. Tyreek killed the 3-2. McBride went late and then I see him go. So now you're on the clock.
Yeah. You know what? I'm kind of torn here between going running back with Brees or going wide receiver with Devontae. I think I'm gonna go Devontae and just hope that this room hates Brees, because it seems like you get rooms that just are like I wouldn't draft him if he was in the 8th round, and then you have other rooms that are they are a little more accommodating and everything with Brees. So I'm hoping I can last a few picks here and get both of them.
Oh, I mean, if you get Brees in the 4th round, that feels like either a hero or a zero. Like, I don't know if I made a mistake in drafting Chase Brown.
I mean, I'm not the biggest believer in Chase, but I wasn't last year either, and obviously I was wrong. So they didn't really bring that much competition in.
Boy,
It doesn't seem like much is changing.
that's the earliest I've seen DJ Moore go, and I've drafted a ton of DJ Moore this year.
I love DJ Moore, and I can't say that I've really seen him go in the 3rd round all that often. And here
That's
we
the
are.
earliest Pickens go. I can promise you that.
Yeah, this guy's drafting with his heart, I guess we'll say. But here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and take Brees Hall. I honestly didn't think he was gonna last this long, but I'm feeling pretty happy about that. Taking Devontae, then right after I took Devontae, a bunch of wide receivers or a few wide receivers went, and then I was still able to get Brees there in the 4th, so that was pretty nice.
Uh, and I'll take Travis Hunter.
There you go. Yeah, I don't mind that at all in the 4th round. I mean, we've already talked about, your Terry McLaurins are gone, your MHJs, JSNs. You're taking Hunter as probably what the wide receiver. I'm just guessing like 20, something around there.
If I had to do it again, I probably would have taken Devontae, and then you would have taken probably. Then you would have taken probably Mike Evans at that pick.
I might have taken Jaden Daniels. I might have just went ahead and taken Daniels if you had taken Devontae, or I mean, I would have taken Hall, Brees at where I took Devontae, and then I probably would have come back around and take Jaden Daniels at that point. But I was happy to have both of them in there.
Literally for Metcalf. Oh, yeah, half round early.
Yeah, not too bad. Like I
I
said,
got,
I mean, we're already sitting at like wide receiver 25 or something like that, 24. It's not that bad.
yeah, I got Metcalf at the 5-6 turn once. So,
Yeah, it's been
um,
a roller coaster with him. All off season, he was kind of hated on. Then when they first traded for him and he got the contract, everyone fell in love with him again. And then, it kind of fell out of love with them again because they don't have a QB. And now it seems to be kind of picking back up.
now, like, I'll just take DK Metcalf if he's a value, but I'm not stacking him.
Yeah, that's one of those you just go with the flow on that one.
Just
Oh wow,
mix it.
we're
Don't
going
want
pretty quick. We're going pretty quickly here, getting back to us. You're up in a couple picks. Who are you thinking here?
BPA. Um, uh, I don't know. Maybe Cortland Sutton.
Yep.
he's available. I
Yeah,
think
he's
so.
on. Yeah, yeah, I like that one. Who do you have now? For
Um,
yeah, you're sitting pretty with wide receivers for sure.
that's a fall cry. That's you. That's another concern. Chavo.
All right, so I got some decisions to make here. I might try to double tap. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I'm going to try and double tap running back here if I can. I'm going to take Kenneth Walker, and I'm going to hope that that my boy makes it back to me.
Travian Henderson.
Yes, sir. I don't know if he will or not. You know, that guy double tapped wide receiver last time, the guy on the turn. So he might go running back here. He might double tap running back as well. Oh, he just went Jalen Waddle. So I just got one more pick. Waddle's gone. And he took Godwin. So yeah, I got Trevian Henderson. I love getting him here, especially in the sixth round. I mean, I know it's the beginning of the sixth, but still, um, I love that. And there, not that it's that important with running back, but there's a little bit of correlation there as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Calvin Ridley here. I think Calvin
Ridley's
Ridley. I think Calvin Ridley will be fall better this year without Will Levis. I mean, Will Levis might have been the best quarterback in football last year.
oh easily. That's the thing. It's so tough to get Will Levis out of your head, But it's like you think about Calvin Ridley last year and what he did, but I mean Will Levis is just that bad. And it like Cam Ward doesn't even have to be amazing. He just has to be better than Will Levis, which is so easy to do.
So you are going hero wide receiver. I'm stacking wide receiver. So
yeah, this was not planned at all.
this
Honestly,
was
I
definitely
was
not playing.
yeah. I mean, I will say it was one of those things I did not expect Kenneth Walker and Trevion Henderson to still both be there. I really thought I was going to be deciding between one of them, and then I thought once I started looking at it, I thought I might be able to get both of them, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. So. Yeah, not planned at all. I'm definitely gonna have to make up some ground when it get, in the next few rounds here, but hopefully I can make it work.
Uh, and I'm the other way around, and I'm going the completely opposite. I need to get running backs because all my running backs are gone.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's
By the way,
they're
I understand why these guys take quarterbacks when they do, but unstacking Jane Daniels and Jalen Hurts.
yeah, that one's a little weird. That one doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Was that the auto draft team?
I don't know. DB Express, it might have
No, no, because it was Miss Kingsley that was on auto draft before, so I don't even think they're auto drafting. But they went naked Daniels and Hurts, which I mean they're both rushing QBs. They're gonna have standalone value, so I can't truly hate on it. But at the same time, like if you go Daniels that early, there's absolutely no reason why you need to go Hurts as well. I just wonder if it was one of those things where Hurts was still available in the fifth, and it's like he shouldn't be here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take him.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. All right, I'll take B Rob here.
Little consolation prize, but I mean, with your wide receivers, it more than makes up for it. I got to figure out what I'm going to do here at wide receiver because it's getting a little ugly already. And in fact, a lot of these wide receivers are already gone. All these players are gone. You know what? I'm gonna go for a little stack here, possibly. I'm gonna go with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I don't mind Steph Diggs here in the eighth round. I mean, Drake May. Trust me, it seems like in every draft I try and get Drake May or Trevor or somebody.
Yep. I honestly don't have a lot of May. I've not built too many New England stacks or anything like that. But I'm just looking here. Like I said, I gotta get a little a little tricky with my builds here. So going running back heavy like that. So I figured this is a nice way to get a wide receiver one and still possibly be able to stack it a little bit later on.
Uh, you're probably thinking Drake May about round 11, maybe 10,
Yeah,
11.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Uh,
I think I would be.
what are you doing when it comes to the Green Bay receiver call? Oh, you little pooper, taking my quarterback.
Oh wow, he double tapped Caleb and Bo Nix.
You are a pooper. You should.
All right, you know what? I'm still sticking with the wide receivers here. I got Jaden Reed, um, one of my favorite players, one of my favorite wide receivers. And there's actually correlation going on here too with Green Bay. So I'm I'm trying to build my wide receiver core up now.
That's a. Okay. Well, that's ruined my plan because I was going to go one way and now I'm going another way. I'm going to take Cam Scatterbo. Uh,
Sticking with the running backs.
that, that idea ruined what I was going to do because what I really wanted to do was take Bo Nix right here and
Yep.
then take go running back and hope Evan Ingram be available at the 9-9.
Yeah. Yeah. That double tap hurt you for sure.
I'm like, I mean, I get why Lucy Reigns took Caleb. I mean, I don't know why you took Bo Nix because I mean, because Lucy Reigns didn't draft Sutton or who's the guy in Denver, RJ Harvey.
Yeah. No, I think that was just I'm on the turn, and you either gotta hope or you gotta reach, and I think it was a reach for Knicks, naked Knicks.
There goes Jared Goff because he drafted Sam Laporta. Don't I
Yep.
mean it's not the best, but at least it beats then. So now I'm thinking tight end.
Yep.
I think you went for Bowers, so you're Gucci on tight end.
Yeah, I'm not thinking tight end anytime soon unless somebody just falls to me. But
Yeah, you're not thinking running back. I'm not thinking wide receiver.
yeah, like you said, if you could have gotten Knicks right there and then come back and gotten Ingram this round, that would have been nice. But I mean, I guess you can still go with it. You just don't have the stack.
Are you at all drafting Matthew Golden? Because I'd rather be drafting Reed or Witt.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm basically, I'm drafting like I'm right. Whether it's right or wrong, and I'm drafting Reed. The coach has already come out and said he's the wide receiver one on the team. I truly believe that. I don't think there's any reason to believe any differently. And Golden was never a true target earner in college or anything like that. I don't think that's going to drastically change in year one of the NFL. So I think it's going to be the Reed show, and so I'm basically out on Golden, especially where he's going.
Oh, hmm. So I'm thinking tight end here. I think I'm going to take Mark Andrews.
There you go. I don't mind that. All right, who do we got here? Oh,
And if
I was just
somebody
talking.
and if somebody would have taken Mark Andrews, here's what I would have done. I would have taken Jordan Love, and then I would have taken Tucker Kraft on the back end. That's actually what I should have
All
done. But
right. All right. So I don't really have any like true stacking options or anything here. I'm just gonna go for another wide receiver since I need it. I'm gonna go Ibuka. Obviously it's a crowded situation, but we know Godwin's dealt with some injuries. Evans is getting older. Ibuka was a first round wide receiver. I think he's going to be on the field no matter what. But obviously, he has the opportunity to take a step forward if other players do more. I could go with the coming back around. I could go Jordan Love for the stack with Reed. I'm not the biggest fan of Jordan Love. I'm more of the fan of the actual wide receiver than I am of the actual QB.
definitely be a 3 quarterback team then.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the way he finished the season last year. I think, we saw a switch in how the team operated. They wanted to be run heavy. They weren't really doing as many of the big plays and all that kind of stuff. I just don't love Love. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna skip him. I'm gonna go with another player. Because I went so running back heavy, I'm gonna go wide receiver heavy here, and I'm going to take. Oh no, I'm gonna hope. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna take Justin Herbert. I was gonna go with Trey Harris there, and then I'm thinking, well, if I'm going Trey Harris, then I want to go Justin Herbert. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get both. I probably can't. The ADP would tell me that I can't unless somehow he falls. But I guess at least this way I have Herbert. I'm a big fan of him, and I think he's gonna have a great year.
Yeah, I thought you would have gone Harris then Herbert.
Yeah, that one. They're pretty similar in ADP, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, I need a wide receiver, but I'd rather have them obviously stacked, and I don't know. I probably made the wrong choice there.
You guys screwed up and making the wrong choice myself. But I mean, because I think 7th round's probably too early for Bo Nix, but that's just me. I think 7th round's probably too early for Bo Nix. I mean, 8th rounds, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just being a party pooper.
Who'd you go? You went T-Law. Yeah, you got Hunter and BTJ. Yeah, so obviously that makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
Yeah,
I am a Jag fan.
I like 10th round T-Law anyway. That makes a lot of sense.
I like 11th round TLO more.
Well, of course, but the way these QBs are being drafted up, it's probably, especially with the stack that you got, it makes a lot more sense just to go that route.
I think I might go running back, quarterback for the next 4 turns. I just don't want to have 3 week 8 quarterbacks. Otherwise, I might pull out my hair.
Yeah. Yeah, I try not to worry about the buys too much, but obviously, something like that, you gotta at least pay attention a little bit.
Yeah, I remember last 2 years ago, I drafted 4 week 9 wide receivers and
Mm.
immediately regretted it.
I bet.
3 week 8 wide receivers right now, so I don't know what to do about the Cowboy and Jaguar running back rooms.
I don't think anyone truly knows. We have a lot of guessing, but yeah, that one's gonna be tough. I know it's not gonna be Jaden Blue. I can tell you that much. It
Yeah,
might be like he might get mixed in, but he's not going to be a workhorse. He was never a workhorse in college. He's not going to be a workhorse in the NFL. It's just not going
I've
to
got a
happen.
question. Are you going to take Drake May?
That's the goal. That's the plan.
Oh, because I was thinking of, because I'm thinking of taking him next, and I'm like, I don't want to take him if you're taking him.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but yeah, that was definitely the plan, was to take him here.
I'll let you.
Oh, he went.
No!
I got sniped. Oh man, that one hurt. That
You're a
one,
screen sniper, and you don't even have a Patriot.
I. Yeah. All right. I guess I should have been paying a little more attention, but that one did hurt. I'm gonna go. I probably should have gone. I probably should have gone Love when I had the chance, because I just went Tucker Craft here, and now obviously I wish I had that stack, but getting sniped, I started. I had to pivot there.
Yeah. Luckily, I've got backup quarterbacks and backup plans in mind. In one draft, I went Kyler, Trevor, and Stafford, and I didn't get Harrison because he went um, 2 picks before me. But I just realized something. You know what week Matthew Stafford bye week is? Week eight.
I don't.
Week 8.
Oh wow.
Oh, you draft. Oh, nothing matters for me because I just.
Yeah, that snipe. I'm not gonna lie, that one hurt. Completely tilted after that.
Oh yeah, I mean I hate it when it happens. I mean Bo Nix for me, and Drake May for you when I was going to take him, and
Yep.
then I was going to get Hunter Henry later on, or Bob Douglas.
So yeah, so you went Stafford. Honestly, I was considering him there. I was hoping he was gonna fall another round, and I guess I probably should have gone, because I have Devonte Adams. I could have gone with the stack there. Like I said, I was tilting after getting sniped, so I wasn't thinking right, but I probably should have gone Stafford.
I think the two teams, Tyreek Hill, yeah, Burrow and Tua, JJ McCarthy. What? Yeah, it's definitely an auto pick. Like, why would you need 3 quarterbacks if Q's son's got Lamar and Jared Goff?
Yeah,
Oopsie.
that one's a little weird.
And
All right, so you got two QBs. Are you going three here? Or are you thinking about going three? Or
I have to go 3. Look how many. Well, I have to go 3.
oh yeah, you said you had the same buy, right?
Yep. So I'm thinking Cam Ward here. Um,
Oh, did he just go? Oh, that was you. Okay. I was I wasn't sure if you got sniped on that one or not, because I saw you said Cam Ward, and then he went away, and I was like, oh. All
I,
right. I guess I shouldn't screw around. Well, you know what? I wasn't paying attention. I thought Gino was still there. He's gone. I am not doing great with that one. Not with the QBs here. I am gonna go. Jeez, I'm gonna go Sam Darnold, just because I need another QB at this point. I'm probably gonna go 3 QBs as well. It's just, yeah, my QB situation is not looking amazing right now.
yeah, I probably didn't need to get a third quarterback when I did, but Now I'm not panicking. I can take the.
Right. Man, I've just been wrong. I really thought Gino was going to make it back to me. He went, what, 4 picks before me. You know, I
Oh yeah,
thought May was going to make it to me. He went the pick before me. I've been wrong every time.
yeah. You've been a winner on a losing game.
Right.
I don't know what to do with Anthony Richardson, this young man. Seems like a lot of
I,
my friends like Daniel Jones more, but I don't know what to do.
I don't either. I just avoid them. I'll take naked downs just because I love the
Yeah,
player. But like that's basically all I do. I just take naked downs and then I kind of skip everyone else.
it was the old Ford himself, Adam Thielen.
Yep.
Trey Benson. I'm gonna take Tyler Algier. And for how much of a Beaton fan I am, I took Tyler Algier. What am I doing?
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, but actually I love when I do kind of go more zero RB or hero RB or whatever. I love having Algier as like my RB5. It just feels like one of those kind of safe guys that you know is going to get you at least a couple weeks here and there because you know he always is good for like a touchdown here, a touchdown there, sometimes maybe even a 2 touchdown game or something like that. And so I just love it. It just seems like you know you're getting a couple. It's like a safe pick when it's all said and done.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to have 150 of the same guys. I mean, like not last year, but 2 years ago, I drafted so much Kenneth Gainwell and Jaron McKinnon
Hmm.
that I was officially paid Kenneth Gainwell and Jaron McKinnon Super Bowl salaries.
Right.
But no, I think they're all values. You know, a Tajay Spears, you know, Algier, Rashad White, Ray Davis, Braylon Allen, Rico Dowdle, Isaac Garendo.
Yeah, I don't really hate any of those picks. That was a pretty good round, especially for the running backs.
I'm thinking, do I go wide receiver? Do I go running? Oh yeah, I think I can get them later. Yeah, I do have the guy in mind. Oh man, let's get funky with these young tight ends. Although you might have the
Oh, we just had a tight end run. Holy crap!
yikes. Fine.
That is a
Oh,
hell of a run right there.
that's the tight end run that I've seen in 30 years. Holy moly.
Yeah, especially if you were thinking tight end there. That was that one hurt a little bit.
In more ways than one. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take Cedric Tillman. I mean, I know Judy's there, but Tillman's good for a couple big weeks a year. I mean, 7, 9, 9, 9, 8, 12. Well, I think the Browns have Pittsburgh one of those weeks. So I
All right, I'm not messing around with my QBs anymore. I just went ahead and took Jackson Dart. I think he's going to have a huge second half of the year, and hopefully that'll help me out. If I need help, obviously with bye weeks and all that kind of stuff as well.
yeah, I don't. I mean, I've taken some Shador, some who's the Chuck guy in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, Tyler Shuck. He already went. He went like a round or two ago.
Yeah, like Tyler Shuck in the 200s was pepping. Now, not so much.
Yeah, he's going way too early for me. And I prefer Dart anyway. So it's not like I'm not really sitting there considering the two. If I have the opportunity, I'm taking Dart every time. Um,
I'll take Shador Sanders too. saying that I think he'll be playing for the latter half of the season.
Yeah, he probably will be. I feel more comfortable with Dart, that he'll actually be playing. I think that Shooter will be. I can't guarantee it.
Oh man, I ain't waiting until round 16 for tight end number 2. I think I'm going to take DynastyCoachA. So I've gone 3-5-6-2.
Yeah, I don't know if you were thinking about Iron Man or not. With if you were trying to stack them,
No,
but
no, no, no.
I'm just building my wide receivers at this point, so I went with him.
I was 100% going to take a tight end.
Yeah, that makes sense. You definitely needed a second one there, especially with Andrews. I mean, we expect Andrews to have some good weeks and everything, but I don't know that we can truly count on him for a full 17 weeks and all that either.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is going to play. But, second year off the injury, and Andrews came back from a car accident last year, so I don't think we.
Right.
And even though Andrews was not great in the division round, he caught 11 touchdowns last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean that whole Ravens team. They just scored so many touchdowns. It's actually interesting to see like what's going to happen this year because they score touchdowns at such a high rate. You almost have to expect some kind of regression.
I mean, that was ridiculous seeing how many touchdowns the Ravens put up. I don't remember many teams doing that. Where
Well, yeah, I mean Lamar was up at like a 9% rate. Andrews, I forget what his rate was. It was like 15 to 20%, something in there in that range. Obviously they scored a lot of rushing touchdowns as well. So it's hard to replicate that year after year.
Yeah. Definitely going one more tight end and probably a running back. Really want Terrence Ferguson here. Even though for whatever reason Sean McVay never likes rookies and rarely uses rookie tight end. Thinking knowing you, I know who one guy you want.
Yep. Yeah.
And that being Elijah Arroyo, excuse me.
Right. Yeah, I was looking at Ferguson as well, just because I love him as a player. But obviously, I lost that stack a while ago. But I do not hate him at all. But yeah, it would be nice to get something as far as some kind of stack going here. I think I might have to do that. I got Jalen Noel as a correlation here, and I'm still sitting. I mean, I got 7 wide receivers now, so I'm sitting pretty. Even though I started so running back heavy, but I still want to build that. So I'm going to go with the correlated pick there with Noel, and see if I can't get my other player to fall as well.
What position?
He just went Arroyo. I was looking at Arroyo. I probably should have taken him. I got to stop playing the game because it's not working out for me today.
You are definitely striking out.
Yeah, it's all good.
Are you coming to Tim the Chatman when everybody's sweep sniping your picks?
You know what? But I'm taking them back because I'm gonna go. At this point, once people just take away all your stacks, then I just say screw it, and I just start taking the players that I like. And so I'm just going to take Pat Bryant. I like him. I don't have a stack here or anything like that. I just like him as a player, and that's going to round out my wide receiver crew, and I feel pretty good about it now.
Well, I don't hate that. I've gotten quite a few PB shares. I took who I took Rashad Smith from Kansas City. So the 18th round. So let me see what you have. You have 3492. I am 3663.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the biggest stacks in the world. I mean, Stafford and Puka, Hamilton and Ridley, Trevor with, but you know, I mean, we can, we can. I'm still mad at I'm still mad at the Bo Nick Lucy Wrights for taking Bo Nix. Are you
I
really
know, man.
Bronco?
Yeah, there was a couple questionable picks in this one. You know, like you said, some teams going 3 QB fairly early and everything. Um,
Wait, you mentioning me going 3 QB earlier or what?
no, 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 not you. You know what? I'm trying to figure out. I must have auto picked a player. I didn't even realize that we were sitting here talking because I did not draft Thielen, and so we were sitting here talking about it. I must have autoed Thielen because you said I had 9 wide receivers. I'm like, wait a second, I didn't take a ninth wide receiver, did I? But it's all good. That's the problem about talking this stuff through. Sometimes you're not actually paying attention to the draft.
Yeah, figuring out a good name, right? I mean, at this point,
I need to go running back.
yeah, look at the great running backs school left. Raheem Mostert, Jarquez Hunter, Jaleel McLaughlin, Darius Slayton.
I mean, honestly, I started so running back heavy. I'm not that concerned about it, but there are bye weeks and injuries, so I probably need more than 4.
Let me see, 7, 14. Oh, wait, sorry. 9, 8, 14, and 7.
Oh wow! And Hunter, I was gonna take Hunter. He goes right before me, as well. Wow. Um.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, these running backs are getting pretty gross here, but I'm hoping that Mostert can at least see the field there in Las Vegas. He's always done so well when he's gotten the ball. Obviously, we know that Genti is going to be a stud, but if he can at least touch the ball a little bit, then uh, as a fifth running back, I don't really hate it. Yeah, it's getting pretty gross here. Let's see if
Ah, I missed Tank Dell.
oh no.
No, I mean, Tank Dell Q on the list. I'm like, yeah, I'm not drafting Tank Dell this year. Wow. Uh, I'm going to say. That wasn't what I was playing. I think I'll take. You know what? I'm going to take De'Ami Brown. Even though I have. Yeah, I've already drafted him. Shut up. Yeah.
I've uh, I've heard a lot of good things from OTAs about De'Ami Brown. they're saying that he was standing out. I know it's OTAs and it's it's just whatever,
Uh,
but
and if anything happened with Hunter, I at least have the plan B. So week 8 might be a fun week for me on this team. So your team is, let's see, King Henry, Brock Bowers, Devontae, Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker, Travian Henderson, Steph Diggs, Jane Reed, Babuka, Herbert, Tucker Kraft, Keon Coleman, Sam Donner, Adam Thielen, Jackson Dog, is that Alec? How do you say his name? Alec?
Io Manor.
Iron Manor, Noel, Pat Bryant, Mostert, and Albrecht Estime. And then my team, Puka, BT, Chase Brown, Hunter, Sutton, Ridley, Brian Robson, Cam, Mark Andrews, Trevor, Rashad White, Stafford, Cam Ward, Tyler Algier, Cedric Tillman, Chig, Terrence Ferguson, Rashad Smith, Slayton, and Beyond Brown.
Yeah, I mean, you started out. We kind of did the opposite build here. I went so running back heavy. You kind of did the opposite there. Um, I love getting who was it? Rashad White. I love you getting Rashad White there as your RB4. I think that was a big one because I feel like he gets a lot of hate because everyone loves Bucky Irving so much, but it's not like he ever went away. He was still a factor and he was still scoring touchdowns. He was still, catching the ball a decent amount in those games. So yeah, he might have lost the true like ceiling that he had, but it's not like he just completely went away either. And I think he's going to score some points. So I love getting him there towards the end of the 11th round. And I think that helps a lot because obviously you went not necessarily zero RB, but pretty close.
Yeah, and I may have overdrafted Trevor a little bit, but went with my stack. Like if I draft Brian Thomas, I'll try and get Travis Hunt. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but that's just me. Maybe I'm showing my bias being a Jag fan. I don't know.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong. And obviously, I mean, I was wrong about drafting QB every time because I thought somebody was gonna slide to me every single time I was trying to play the game, and it did not work out for me. So I think you went the right route. Just take your guy, even if it's a half a round early or whatever. I promise you, there was a couple of picks that I probably would have rethought had I known that I was going to end up with Sam Darnold and Jackson Dart as my QB 2 and 3.
I mean, is there how many quarterbacks would you be okay as your QB1 not getting 3 quarterbacks? Like, would it be Lamar, Josh Allen? How many quarterbacks would you be okay only getting one other guy?
um, that's tough. I mean, honestly, like I might be ridiculous on Herbert. I just think he's just due for a year, and so I really like even though technically like this is not my ideal situation. I'm sitting here with a lot of unsacked players and everything. I do have some correlating players, which is fine, but obviously I would have preferred to have gotten some of the stacks that I was trying to build there. But I really don't. I wouldn't hate the idea of even just having like Herbert and Dart. I kind of like the idea of having Darnold in there just as kind of like a buffer. But I mean, when it's all said and done, I'm really thinking and hoping that Herbert and Dart are going to get me most of my weeks there. And Darnold's really going to be more for injuries and bye weeks. So, I mean, it's kind of a cop out answer because I drafted him, but I would be okay with having just a second QB. I would have preferred some, like, if I could have had Herbert and May, I would have felt amazing about just having 2 QBs, and I would have really I wouldn't even have truly worried about getting a third at that point. I might have still taken a third, but I wouldn't have worried about it. But obviously, I just ended up getting sniped here and there, and so it didn't quite work out.
I think it also depends on when you draft a quarterback. Like if you draft like if my first quarterback doesn't go until like round 7, round 8. I mean, if I draft Caleb Williams and Justin Herbert, I feel okay. But I feel better having 3 quarterbacks, knowing okay, quarterback position check. I don't want to. I'm okay having 2 running backs with the same bye week. Unfortunately, on this
Sure.
team, I don't think any of my. I've got 2 week 10 bye weeks, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at my running back buys. I have 2 week 8. Or no, never mind. That was Bowers. Yeah, so I don't think any of them have any of my running backs have the same buy. So
Kenneth
that's
Walker and most.
Raheem. Yeah, Mostert, but I'm not really worried about that too much. And my wide receivers. I have so many wide receivers; it doesn't even matter at this point. But my QBs are fine as far as buys go. So yeah, nothing too concerning there with the buys.
I'll tell you what. If Mitch Kingsley wins the DK Millie Maker, I will be surprised. Only 1 quarterback.
Oh, Baker, huh? That was it.
And then Interact got 4 quarterbacks. I mean, Purdy, Penix, Gino, and Chuck.
Like I don't get it. I mean, I guess I kind of get the upside with Shuck, but I mean, not for your like. There was no reason for him to take if you're going Shuck there. There's no reason for him to snipe me on Gino. I would have loved to have had the Gino and
I
Bauer stack
feel like
there.
I feel like Shucks getting a little hot him when he was going here. I love getting him as the third QB, not in the 14th round when I could get Jackson Dart
Oh,
or Shaquille.
oh no, I'm not saying it was a good pick. I'm saying if like why did you go Gino and then go Shuck? It is almost just like they truly didn't know what they were doing. I don't know. Like I said, the DraftKings is the Wild West, man.
All right. Thanks for hopping into this draft with me, and maybe one of us will bring home the bacon.
Hopefully, if it is, it's gonna be. This is a weird build, so this is definitely not the norm. But hey, you never know. Sometimes that's just what it takes.